Hello, and welcome to the first episode of my solo podcast. Solo for now. I have some friends that I would like to bring on at some point for sure, but for now it's just me. And this is something that I think I just realized would be appealing to me. So I wanted to try it out, and I hope it's appealing to others. So if you're listening, I really appreciate it. And yeah. So I think a lot of what I'm going to talk about is just art and film, stuff I'm interested in. Definitely going to cover some like DC and Marvel stuff for sure. Yeah, and other than that, just kind of wing it, because that's typically what I do. So I think the first thing that we're just going to jump straight into, because it is always at the front of my mind, is the DCU. So obviously we just had Superman come out, and I loved the movie. I've rewatched it so many times already. I love that. I loved what came before that. I loved Creature Commandos, Peacemaker Season 2, and yeah, so I'm trying to think the next thing that comes out is Lanterns, I think, and that has Aaron Pierre as Jon Stewart and Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. And for me, Green Lanterns are one of the coolest heroes. Really, like the idea of all the lanterns is really cool. I love the idea of having this powerful object that is like fully driven by who you are and your level of creativity, because creativity is such a big thing in my life and throughout my family. And I think that would, like, aside from like super speed, because the Flash is my favorite character, if I had to pick like another power or like a magical like object, it would probably be a Green Lantern ring. And we actually just got some news yesterday at time of recording this, kind of about the characters of Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and that Hal Jordan is he's a Green Lantern legend, but he's also a veteran, so he's older, which I think is fine. I like Kyle Chandler. I think he's going to be a good choice. But specifically, they said that when it comes to Aaron Pierre's Jon Stewart, creativity is a really big part in how he uses the ring, which in the comics, Jon Stewart is an architect, so a lot of his constructs are very detailed, and the inner workings of them really, really matter. So that's cool that they're bringing that to the front of the show. But also, one thing that I was kind of concerned about, but I think it was kind of just like an offhand joke, is that Jon Stewart will make these amazing constructs, and they said that they would joke that Hal Jordan just wants to make a big green fist, which, if you've seen Ryan Reynolds' Green Lanterns movie, that was one of the big problems, was and like what can the ring do, and why does he only do like kind of boring stuff with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Lanterns. I would love like some kind of teaser, because we haven't really gotten much. We had one set photo, I think, one or two, and recently a picture of a hat for the crew dropped, and the logo is like the Green Lantern logo with like something in the center, And people are thinking that means one of the villains could be the Center, which is a sentient island from the Justice League New Frontier storyline, which is an amazing storyline. I love that that whole thing. But so Lanterns is the next thing, and I'm very excited for that, and I hope to get some kind of something from it soon. Please, James Gunn, please. And I think that's all that I know about that right now. But then I think after Lanterns is Supergirl, which, spoilers for Superman, if you haven't seen it yet. Supergirl, played by Millie Alcock, is she shows up right at the end of Superman, and she's drunk, which is, people complained about like why is she drunk? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you introduce her like that as like a bumbling like alcoholic? But it makes me excited because they're doing the Woman of Tomorrow storyline, and part of that storyline is that she turns 21 and she goes around planets getting drunk, planets with red suns, and she's coping with the loss of Krypton, which she, Superman was sent away from Krypton when he was a baby, so he doesn't really have that connection. But Supergirl, she was 15 when the planet blew up, and when they sent her away, her rocket that was following Kal-El got knocked off course. So she had some weird time dilation thing before she actually did make it to Earth, which is why she's younger than Superman. But she was there. She was very present for the destruction of Krypton. So she is coping through alcohol, and which, I just thought about this, is turning 21, like, is there a legal limit to like alcohol on other planets? Like, what is, I don't know. That's interesting though to think about. So yeah, she, in the Woman of Tomorrow storyline, which I haven't read, but I have researched a little bit, she is coping, and she has a very different vibe than Superman. Like, you can see that even through like the Justice League Unlimited cartoons. She is very much like, I don't mess around, and you don't mess around with me, and if you do, I will beat you senseless. She's very, very tough, and not necessarily the symbol of hope that Clark is, which is very, very interesting to me. And from what we saw of Millie Alcock, she looks great as Supergirl, first of all. But just from that little bit, I'm very, at the end of Superman, I'm very excited. And we have Jason Momoa coming back as Lobo, which, not like coming back as Lobo, but he was Aquaman, so now he's Lobo, which is really cool. And I've seen where he's talked about, like, when he went in to audition for Batman v Superman, he thought that he was going in for Lobo, and when he did the audition, and he was waiting or whatever, and got a call, and they were like, hey, you got it. And he goes, oh yeah, cool. So what is it, Lobo? Because he just looks like Lobo, and he's said before that Lobo's like one of his favorite characters. And they were like, no, it's Aquaman. It was like, what? So now, after playing Aquaman, and I thought he was a decent Aquaman, that style for Aquaman is not really my favorite. I have grown to like the more like regal kind of Aquaman. But he did a good job with what he was given, and now I'm very excited to see him in a character that to me makes more sense for him in Lobo. So yeah, I think that's really all we know. I think James Gunn has seen the film and said it's very good. I think I've heard that it's very Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of going planet to planet, very cosmic in that way. So after Supergirl, we have Clayface, and Supergirl Lanterns comes out early 2026, as somewhere around there. There's not an official date yet, which makes me a little scared. Then Supergirl in June of 2026, and then in September we have the Clayface movie. Now, I'm very excited for Clayface. I think it's interesting that we're getting Clayface in the DCU before an official Batman, because Batman has made cameos in Creature Commandos as he was a silhouette, and then he was dead on a spike. So yeah, but the choice to go to Clayface was, I think, criticized a little bit, but I think what they're doing over there is like, you see a good script, you make it fit like into like a space, like set up some kind of stuff for it, and then you just do it. Like I really, really admire that they are like only greenlighting good scripts, because I think that's something that Marvel kind of forgot about for a while, and I think they are trying to circle back, but quantity will never beat quality. And I think the fact that the priority is, even though we had this plan, some of these aren't coming together, so let's do the ones that are that are good. Like James Gunn announced The Authority, but because that script, they've been struggling to nail a good story, they haven't done it, which I think is a little sad, but it's good that that's what they're doing. And I think they saw Mike Flanagan's script for Clayface, and they went, this is good, so we'll do it, but only because it's good. Yeah, so Clayface, written by Mike Flanagan, who's done, I believe he did Haunting of Hill House, which I've not seen all of, but by all accounts I've heard that it's very good. And Clayface has been described as a hard R-rated body horror, which, that sounds awesome. That sounds freaking sick. I think Clayface is a very interesting person to go make that a horror movie, and it does seem obvious, but like the fact that they're willing to do it is really, really awesome. And it's Tom Rhys Harris is playing Clayface, and I can't remember the character's name. That's not Clayface. Like the dude that turns into Clayface, I can't remember his name. But from set photos that we've seen, his face is looking messed up. He's doing a weird dance in front of a place. And They are filming in Liverpool, which is where the Batman was filmed with Robert Pattinson. So, obviously, there's been this big, speculation on who the DCU Batman is going to be, and filming in the same location in front of in front of a building that was very, very prominent in the Batman movie, has sparked some theories that maybe they're filming in this Gotham because it is the same Gotham, or at least a very similar Gotham, and that Robert Pattinson will be in this universe, which I will talk about that this episode, just like for a minute, because it is something that I have thought a lot about. But yeah, excuse me. I think that's all that we know about Clayface. I know he's a struggling actor in the movie, but other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot more that we know. And then after that, there's not really any confirmed projects. Oh wait, yes there is. Man of Tomorrow, with it's not a Superman sequel. But yeah, so James Gunn very recently, maybe like a month ago, announced Man of Tomorrow. Like the script is done. Production for it, I believe, begins in April. The Warner Brothers museum that houses the suits used in films, recently a sign was put up where the Superman suit was, and it says in use for production. So they are already kind of doing post-production for Man of Tomorrow, which is a Superman Lex team-up story. And people are speculating he's got to team up with Lex to beat Brainiac, because James Gunn put a dude with a picture of a person anatomy with a big brain, and I think that would be cool. I don't really know where else he would go. I think to jump straight to Brainiac for a second Superman movie is kind of crazy. I think maybe I see Brainiac as more of a Justice League villain, but yeah, I don't know. But I'm obviously so very excited for that, because I think, yeah, Superman, Lex Luthor. I wouldn't be shocked if Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific show up. But Aaron Pierre, Jon Stewart, said see you there. I think that he commented on the Instagram post and said see you there. So if we get Jon Stewart in this movie, I'm gonna flip my lid, because that is so cool. That's so cool. But yes, so other than that, nothing, no release dates for, and that comes out 2027, so yeah. But other than that, no release dates for any other movies, but production for Batman the Brave and the Bold is still happening. There is a writer, I think Andy Muschietti is still attached to direct, and we don't really know what's going on, other than it's probably a Batman and Damian Wayne story, which people are like, how do you do that when you just you introduce Batman and you kind of skip over the beginning of the whole Bat family and you just go straight to Damian? But if I'm correct, now I haven't read any of the recent Brave and the Bold titles for Batman, but I think you could do Damian, but I think in the recent Batman Brave and the Bold titles, it has been Dick Grayson. But honestly, I'm fine with like it being Damian, because I think Damian's a cool Robin, and it kind of leaves the door open for, the Bat family already kind of exists, and these characters are already here, and sometimes you kind of need to do that, because there's not always enough time to tell stories. But I think they will do what is best for the universe. I believe they will do what is best for the universe. But I did see someone say that a good Batman trilogy would be get Jason Todd, like first movie, make Jason Todd Robin. Second movie, and have Nightwing and stuff. Second movie, kill Jason Todd, make Joker the villain, kill Jason Todd. Third movie, make Red Hood the villain, which I think that's a pretty good idea. But then you would be waiting 3 movies for a storyline that you do already, it's very, very popular. So maybe that wouldn't be the best, that aspect of it. But I think having a Red Hood trilogy, that would be pretty sick. But yeah. And then, of course, we have Robert Pattinson's The Batman Part 2, which we know practically nothing about, other than I think Colin Farrell just said that it takes place a week after the finale of Penguin. So we're probably going to get Batman in the snow, which would be freaking sick. But yeah, okay, so on that point with the Batman and Robert Pattinson, people have been like, should we put Robert Pattinson in the DCU? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. He's too grounded. Well, I don't think he's too grounded. I think it could work. Well, I don't know. But my take on it is that look for Batman is perfect, I think. The cinematography, the style of Gotham, I think change the suit to less armor. Really, I prefer no armor on a Batman. I like a nice sleek Batman with a long cape, and he has to move fast. I think that's part of the excitement is he could get shot, so he has to move fast. But I think that look for Gotham would be incredible with these fantastical characters. Imagine that cinematography with Batman and from behind, and then looming over him is a giant Killer Croc. Does that not excite anyone else? That would be so cool. That would be awesome. I've thought about that since the first Batman, like him in the sewer, and it's Clayface, and he's a monster, and I feel that would look so good. That would look so good. And I don't want this Batman trilogy to just be serial killers, because I feel that's kind of where they're going. Because people are like, is it going to be Hush in the next one? I hope not, because Riddler was already kind of Hush. He already kind of was. And I think the only real way to diverge from it being serial killers is if you make Hugo Strange the villain, which would actually be pretty sick. But I think you make it fantastical, and it's just okay. That's okay. I think you could do that and then just be and this is all in the same universe. That's fine. I think, I don't know. I think you can still keep that Matt Reeves aesthetic and have them be in the same universe. I think that's fine. And I think Robert Pattinson is such a good Batman. which is also why I think you could say, here's Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson is Batman here. Here is and like that's like its own thing. Here is the DCU. Robert Pattinson is also Batman here, but this is a different Batman than this Batman. And I think you could do that, and I think that's okay. I think people need to relax. I think people need to just chill out. It's okay if it's separate. It's easy to tell the difference. And again, it's easy to tell the difference. So if there's two Batman played by two different actors, that's fine. I think that's okay. Like, it's a character, it's an avatar. And if you get the stories mixed up, that's fine. If, like, you're here and this is, like, say, like Nate Mann or Brendan Sklenar, and this is Robert Pattinson, it doesn't, and you get confused. Like, I don't know. I just think it's not that confusing. Like, it seems like a very simple thing to like comprehend. I don't know. I don't understand why there's so much confusion here. Like with like who should do it. I think it's fine if there's two Batmen. I think it's fine if Robert Pattinson plays both the Batmen, or if they just loop his current one into the DCU. Because that Gotham, like, contrast with the Metropolis we just got, it would be perfect. Like, that's what Gotham and Metropolis are. They're complete opposites. Like, it's fine. But yeah, so that's my Batman rant on that front. But let's talk about Batman in terms of how I personally would want him to look. So let's start with Bruce Wayne. So excuse me. There's been a lot of talk about who should play Bruce Wayne, and obviously a fan cast is Brendan Sklenar. And I haven't really seen him in a whole lot. But I have seen him without a mustache, and I think from, like, here down, it just doesn't really do it for me. Like you have to have a very certain bottom half of your face for Batman, I think. And I think that's one of the reasons people cast Jensen Ackles so much, is because he's got a very strong bottom half of his face, and if he was just a little bit younger, he would be perfect. I mean, he already voices him in some stuff, but he would be perfect. But for Bruce Wayne, I think you have to have someone who's tall, obviously handsome. Him and Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent are supposed to look similar, so something like that. Obviously, charming. I think Batman has a certain kind of charm, but Bruce Wayne has to put on an exuberant amount of charm. He's supposed to be a ladies' man, and I want to see where Bruce Wayne can walk in a room, like the classic, like Christian Bale, like got two girls like with him, where he can walk in a room and you can see like he's putting on like a face, and then the moment something happens, you see like him flip, and you see like in his eyes and his face, like Bruce Wayne like here's an explosion and immediately like goes into like Batman mode. I think that's something that the actor needs to, whoever it is, that's something that the actor needs to be able to portray. But yeah, so I think I don't really know who'd be good for casting. I honestly think Robert Pattinson should just play both, or just like one or the other. But yeah, so that's my kind of Bruce Wayne criteria. I think I prefer a clean shaven, like if we're getting like picky. But that's not really too important. Okay, so for Batman, which if you didn't know is Bruce Wayne, surprise. In terms of like big, I don't want a big Batman. I think obviously he should be fit and he should be pretty peak, but I think Batman should be like a little bit like just a touch bigger than like a guy who's been practicing calisthenics for like 6 years, like a touch bigger than that. But I always see like Alan Ritchson cast as Batman, and I'm like, too big. He's too big. Even Ben Affleck, I think, is too wide. Which, I mean, I don't know. He had a great suit, but I think he's too wide, and it doesn't look like he can move quickly, which is what I want a Batman to do. I want a Batman to be able to dodge a bullet, because he has to be that fast, or else he'll get shot and he'll die a horrible death. But yeah, so I want like a Batman that's not crazy, like huge, but one that's definitely fit, because if you're Batman, you have to be, yeah, dark hair, obviously. Again, he kind of is supposed to look a little bit like Clark Kent. They share similarities in the face. He has to be, whoever is playing him, especially a fantastical Batman, you have to be able to portray that, like, a certain sense of intelligence. I have to believe that you can outsmart Darkseid. Like, if you can't make me believe that, I don't really, like, it's gonna be hard for me to really believe you, like, as Batman in a fantastical world. But yeah. What else? He's got to be cold, but he's got to be cold, but able to comfort when he needs to. You know, like, I don't remember the name of the specific episode or the context because I haven't watched it in a very long time. But an episode of Justice League Unlimited, where I believe the little girl's name is Ace. I could be wrong. But she is going to die, and Batman knows that she's going to die. So he comforts her just by sitting with her. So you need to portray cold, but also be able to humanize him when you when the story calls for it, and when other characters around him call for it. Yeah. In terms of like a story, like I think a good Batman story, you kind of make your way around the Rogues Gallery a little bit. So like you do like 3 different rogues or something like that, or maybe even like have 3 main like rogues, and then attached to those main rogues are like 1 or 2 other little rogues. Obviously fantastical villains, you know. We're getting Clayface, but someone like a Killer Croc would be really cool. Would love to see a Man-Bat. Or honestly, even like Joker with like the like shock buzzer, or the like punch glove thing, which those might be a little too silly, but I think you can get wacky in the DCU from what we saw of Superman. So, I don't know. I think really anything is on the table. And Batmite has already been mentioned, and we've already seen dimensional imps from like a Candyland place that want to eat you. So, yeah. So I think that is my DC Universe spiel for this episode. But I think I want to get into what's kind of going on right now. Maybe you can see my blankets. I have a ghost pillow here. I have a Snoopy Dracula. It's Halloween time, and I just want to take a moment and talk about Halloween because I really like Halloween, and I hate the direction that we're going as a society in Halloween, and it's kind of become a trend to talk about this. But what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? These costumes are getting out of hand. They're getting out of hand. They're either getting out of hand or they're not nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they're either getting out of hand or you're just not wearing them, or you're combining both and you're not wearing anything, and that's getting out of hand. When I was a kid, back in my day, we would you dress up as a Power Ranger, or you dress up as Spider-Man, and or like Jason or something like that. I always ended up dressing up as a superhero. I was only something scary once, and it was a werewolf because I love werewolves. Which, by the way, put more werewolves in media, please. I love werewolves, and I want good ones, please. That new Wolfman movie we just got with friggin' that was made by the dude that did the most recent Invisible Man. I understand where they were going, but that wasn't a werewolf. That wasn't a werewolf. There's not a single shot of the full moon in that movie, and it's not a family curse in the fact that his dad was a werewolf, or he's not even a werewolf, a diseased man running around the woods. That's not a wolf man. That's a sick man. That movie should have been called Sick Ill Man. But anyway, and I don't know if it's just because I've gotten older, and I've been to Halloween, I've been in a college town during Halloween. But oh my God, what are we doing out here? Hi, Sydney. Happy Halloween. What are you? Oh, I'm an angel. Oh, you're an angel. Okay. Your ass is out. Your full ass. Your bare ass is out. And you're an angel? All right. Veronica, what are you tonight? Oh, I'm Velma from Scooby-Doo. Oh my God. Your ass is out. Just got a clue. Your ass is out. What are we doing? I saw a dude last year. I think he was just in a Speedo, if I remember, in the rain. And yeah, okay, he looked good. But that's what is the costume? What is the costume? Either go really elaborate or just get something from the store. But I don't want to see your cheeks out anymore, okay? I don't want that. I'm sorry. I was in the elevator with my girlfriend and two other girls last year. They were Disney princesses, and they were in corsets, and I don't think they had anything else on. I saw it, and I was like, and I looked at my girlfriend, and she was like, put clothes on, please. There's kids around. And, love yourself, love your body. Like, that's great. Feel good. Feel feel real awesome about you. I love that. But put your ass crack away. Put your butt crack up. Put your butt crack up, or go see a doctor because you got a crack in your butt. That's all, I just don't know. Also, I want people to start being cool things again. Like dress up as like Tron, or do you remember like you guys remember when you would be like a transformer, and you would like have like a cardboard like suit that you could like fold into like a little car. Do you remember those? Bring those back. I bring back the toilet paper mummy, and put away the dental floss mummy, because that's all you're wearing, Sydney. You're just wearing dental floss. Anyway, I'm not that pressed about it, honestly. I just just a little rant. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's really all. Happy Halloween, and because that's in like 2 days. So yeah, happy Halloween. I will say, in terms of future plans for me, I am still writing my book, and I am working on a couple of additional projects, like writing a couple of different things. And yeah, there will be a sketch channel popping up soon, from me and my buddy. His name is Kale Crane, and we have some fun stuff that we're planning, and yeah, I think after Halloween we can really get the ball rolling on that, and hopefully people will enjoy it, because we love making videos and doing improv, and yeah, maybe I'll get him on here at some point, because that's something I would love to do. I would love to get him on here. I'd love to get my girlfriend on, and to just have conversation. But yeah, this was fun for me. I think when I'm not at work, I'm in the house a lot, and I don't get to talk a lot. So yeah, this was cool. I'm going to go, and what time is it? Okay, I'm probably gonna go do a quick workout and then see my girlfriend while she's at work. So yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to me ramble for a little while. I'm gonna do my best to make this a weekly thing. So yeah, all right, cool. Be good. Bye bye.